Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode. I already had started this one, but I forgot to plug in my computer, so it actually died on me. So we're starting again. Today we'll be going over the MLB Trade Deadline. Now, this actually did occur 2 weeks ago, so obviously we're very late on getting this video out. Um, if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen the Olympic video, which will be out by this point already, but if you have not seen that video, go ahead and watch it. But if you also haven't seen that video, I have been on vacation for the past really 2 weeks and haven't really had time to do videos, or if I were to record them, I wouldn't have time to edit them. So I really have not been active. Sam has also been moving to Texas for college. And then Serbinsky has been very busy in Arizona, so none of us have really had any time to get on the podcast. Now, speaking of Serbinsky, his long awaited return to the podcast is possibly going to be tomorrow, as we may do some an NBA off-season video talking about the off-season winners and losers so far. Basically, going over the draft classes, the trades, the free agents, really just everything that they've done in the off-season. Just going over all the teams. I don't know how many we'll go over. We'll make it up as we go, I suppose. But we start with the MLB trade deadline here, where we have the Braves in the very first trade getting Jock Peterson from the Cubs for Bryce Ball of the and they give Bryce Ball to the Cubs. So they lost Ronald Acuna to a torn ACL. Obviously, very serious injury, very unfortunate injury for the Braves, and you need someone to replace him. Well, Jock Peterson has been a good player. He was very good for the Dodgers. Has not been the same for the Cubs, but the hope for the Braves is probably that he picks up the pace. But still, a trade that needed to be made, just to get something rather than nothing. White Sox, they traded for catcher Dive Groen from the Rays, give him some cash. Just a depth move, as you can see. The Braves made another deal, getting Stephen Vogt from the Arizona Diamondbacks, also giving them Mason Burney. Stephen Vogt, decent player. Braves need some catchers. Vogt can do that for them. He's a veteran, definitely a decent player. Pirates get Dylan Peters from the Angels for some cash. Once again, this is a big nothing. The Dodgers got Billy McKinney from the Mets for Carlos Rinson and some cash. Uh, Not exactly another big move here. That's a very that's one that doesn't really do much for either side. Royals get Joel Payamps from the Blue Jays for some cash. Again, doesn't really make an effect to either side. This one, however, does. The Tampa Bay Rays getting Nelson Cruz and Calvin Foncher, I forget how that's pronounced, from the Twins for Joe Ryan and Drew Staratman. Wow, why was that so hard to say? Drew Staratman. Anyway, Ray's getting obviously the big headliner here is Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz is a giant hitter. He is 40 years old, but for a team that is competing like the Tampa Bay Rays, it doesn't matter how old a guy is. They are competing right now. They're looking to win, looking to defend their American League title, their American League East title. Getting Nelson Cruz here, who is a big time hitter, big time home run hitter, and he's even having a good season. So he hasn't been great with the Braves since then, but he is That's an incredible trade by the Rays, getting themselves a player such as Nelson Cruz to help out their hitting. I love this move for the Tampa Bay Rays. And then the Rays made a unique one as they ended up trading away one of their own guys to another competing team as they traded away Rich Hill to the New York Mets for Tommy Hunter and Matt Dyer uh, in this trade. Now, this is a unique one in my opinion because the Mets obviously need pitching. They do have Jacob deGrom, but deGrom is hurt. Syndergaard is hurt. Carlos Carrasco was hurt at the time being. He is now back, but he hasn't really been great since coming back. I would know. I have him in fantasy. But they just need healthy pitching. And then the Rays just hand him over Rich Hill, and it's like, well, wait, Rays, what? You really don't want him for yourself? Okay. But Rich Hill goes to the Tampa Bay or to the New York Mets. Mets need pitching. And that's a seasoned veteran who is old, but he does well. He knows what he's doing. He can pitch. So a body is a body, and he's having a decent season. So yeah, smart move, I would say, by the New York Mets. As here's another trade by the Mets, they get Mark Payton from the Reds for cash, big nothing, I'd say. The Cardinals get T.J. Zeuch from the Blue Jays for some cash. Again, no one really, I don't think, cares about that one. Now, here was one of the big deals. The Padres getting Adam Frazier from the Pirates, giving them some prospects in return. I only know Mitchell Molano. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce these names. They're all prospects. But Adam Frazier having a breakout year this year has been incredible so far. Padres obviously in contention, looking maybe to get some help. Adam Frazier definitely can help them big time, just as a hitting machine. I like this trade for the Padres. Gives them a competitor and somebody who can hit no matter what. Now, here's another one with the Yankees getting Clay Holmes from the Pirates for infielder Diego Castillo, not to be confused with pitcher Diego Castillo, who we will see later on this list, and Hoy Park. Okay, Hoy Park. um, Not really, I'd say, that big of a deal. It gives the Yankees some depth in the bullpen, which they have had problems with health in the bullpen. So that's something, I guess. The Oakland A's got themselves Andrew Chafin from the Cubs for Greg Deichmann and Daniel Palencia. It's a you can see what it says there. There's a bullpen guy. Something for the A's. Not really that big of a trade, I'd say. The Astros get Kendall Graveman and Rafael Montanero from the Mariners for Abraham Toro and Joe Smith. This was a unique deal because the Mariners had found themselves in a very unique situation where they're actually competing. The Mariners were expected to be very bad this year. They're expected to be absolutely horrible as they are tanking. They're rebuilding. And then all of a sudden they were above 500 by quite a few games, and they're like, holy crap, we're in position to actually win a game. So but instead, they still trade away Kendall Graveman and Rafael Montanero to the Astros. So very unique within division deal there. But I mean, who knows? The Reds get Luis Kessa and Justin Wilson from the Yankees for says a player to be named later. I know Justin Wilson, but other than that, who really cares that much? Tyler Anderson was acquired by the Mariners from the Pirates for 2 prospects. Tyler Anderson's a decent pitcher. Mariners are looking for help as they are uniquely looking to actually compete now. Um, Definitely a start. Michael Gibbons is acquired by the Reds for Case Williams, and Noah Davis. I don't know anything about any of these players, so yeah. The Astros got Yimi Garcia from the Marlins for Austin Pruitt and Brian De La Cruz. Yimi Garcia was a closer, I believe, for the Marlins. So decent addition by the Astros. Definitely could use some pitching, especially in their bullpen. So nice help for them. The A's get Starling Marte from the Mariners for Jesus Luzardo. I love this deal for the Athletics. Starling Marte, very good outfielder. Definitely a nice addition by Oakland, and all they have to give up is Jesus Luzardo. So, I mean, yeah, I would do that. The Brewers get themselves Eduardo Escobar from the Arizona Diamondbacks for Cooper Hummel and Alberto Ciprian. Obviously, two minor leaguers there. Eduardo Escobar, decent player overall, but other than that, not really more I have to say. The White Sox get Cesar Hernandez from the Indians for a minor leaguer. Little interested to see this deal as it's this is a trade within the division. But Cesar Hernandez, decent player, gives Chicago a replacement at second base with their second baseman Nick Madrigal, obviously out for the season. The Rockies getting Ashton. Okay, I'm not even going to say who that is. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. I don't know anything about him. So moving on. Not really much of a big deal. However, the Blue Jays get Brad Hand from the Nationals for Riley Adams. Now, the Blue Jays there's been one thing that the Blue Jays have needed year in and year out. That is pitching, or this year. And it's been pitching, and more pitching, as Hyun Ryu has been really their starting pitcher. Their closer has been thrown all over the place, and really it's been a big time problem for the Blue Jays. So they go ahead and get themselves Brad Hand, who, and even with the Blue Jays, has not done well. I don't even think he's a closer anymore, which really sucks for me because he's a closer for me in fantasy. But Hand has not been special. He was good for a while with the Nationals, has had some bumpy moments, but he's still a good pitcher. So even if it isn't if he isn't their closer, definitely gives them some depth in the bullpen. And now we move on to the Yankees, who made one of their two giant deals this year. This is a very big MLB trade deadline. If you guys don't know, there were a ton of deals before the deadline. We're only like scratching the surface of what happened in this deadline. I am not kidding. There is a ton of stuff still to come. Uh, some involving the Yankees still, another one involving the Mets. We're going to get through all of this, but there's a lot to go over. So we'll start here. One of the big, massive deals was the Yankees getting Joey Gallo and Joely Rodriguez in cash from the Rangers for a bunch of minor leaguers. Obviously, Joey Gallo, big time player from the Rangers, can definitely hit that baseball. Very, very good outfielder. Yankees obviously looking to compete. And obviously goes back with Rogden Rodor from the Rangers, who got traded to the Yankees. I believe it was last year, or was it this year? I don't remember. But Odor with the Yankees, now Joey Gallo joins them. Gallo is a big time hitter, so as a huge addition for the Yankees, and it will be a huge addition for the Yankees. And here's a White Sox gain. Ryan Tepera from the Cubs for a minor leaguer. Not really much to say there. The Mariners got Diego Castillo. I liked this one. The Mariners get Diego Castillo. Get Diego Castillo from the Rays for two minor leaguers from the and they give the Rays two minor leaguers. Diego Castillo is a good closer, and he fits in, I think, very well with the Seattle Mariners as he replaces Kendall Graveman, who they gave to the Astros. Um, I like this deal very much for the Mariners. Diego Castillo, good pitcher, good replacement for Kendall Graveman, who they traded away to get somebody else. I like this one for the Mariners. Definitely helps them out in their chances to try and compete. And now the Dodgers get Danny Duffy from the Royals and cash considerations from the Royals for a player later to be named. Danny Duffy is hurt now. This deal doesn't really do much for either side, though. Here's the other giant deal by the Yankees as they went and got Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs. Now, there were really a couple teams that completely just blew it open and said, let's just sell the farm. And that was the Nationals, the Cubs. The Nationals and the Cubs, they just literally sold everything, got rid of their team. They the Rangers. The Rangers traded away a lot of guys, but the Cubs definitely just blew it open, traded away everybody. But here's Anthony Rizzo going to the Yankees for some minor leaguers and prospects in return. Anthony Rizzo, very good hitter, obviously. Going to the rival Yankees, where he used to play with the Boston Red Sox. So really unique there, as he now plays for the I guess what Red Sox would say is the dark side of the force. I am not a Yankees fan either, so I'm with Red Sox right there. But a very nice addition for the Yankees. And so the Red Sox said, okay, let's go get our own outfielder. And so the Red Sox went and traded for Kyle Schwarber from the Nationals, giving them a minor leaguer in return. Now, Kyle Schwarber, I believe at the moment, actually is still hurt. So he obviously can hit, and he had a giant stretch with the Nationals where it was just homer after homer after homer, and it was just dinger, dinger, dinger. And as it says, he had 25 homers in 72 games, which is just a staggering number. So I love this addition for the Red Sox. They're obviously competing as well. So very nice deal for Boston. The Padres get Daniel Hudson from the Nationals for Mason Thompson and Jordy Barley. Daniel Hudson, some decent trade, I suppose. The Rays get Sean Armstrong from the Orioles for some cash. No one really cares. Phillies get him from the Pirates for him. This really does not make much of a difference for either side. This is a unique deal. The Brewers trading for Daniel Norris, getting Daniel Norris from the Tigers for Reese Olson. I was very confused by this deal because Daniel Norris, I'm a Tigers fan, obviously. I've watched the Tigers, and I've watched Daniel Norris, and Norris is nothing incredible, nothing special, so I don't know what the Brewers are looking for in Daniel Norris, but they have Daniel Norris anyway, so there you go. Daniel Norris is all yours. Have fun. But Daniel Norris to the Brewers. Tigers get Reese Olson from the Brewers. I don't know what you want Daniel Norris for, but I'll take it. The Pirates get Michael Chavis from the Red Sox for Austin Davis. Whatever. The Rays get Jordan Luplow and DJ Johnson from the Indians for Peyton Battenfield. Overall, doesn't really make, I don't think, that much of a difference. Luplow, not special. No one in there really wows me. The Astros get Phil Maton and Yander Diaz from the Indians for Miles Straw. Another deal that doesn't wow me. John Curtis. The Brewers get John Curtis from the Marlins for Peyton Henry. Again, doesn't really do anything for me. The Giants get Tony Watson from the Angels for Jose Marte, Ivan Armstrong, and Sam Selman. Again, it doesn't really do anything for me. The Phillies get Freddie Galvis and cash from the Orioles for Tyler Birch. Still nothing that really impresses me. The Padres get Jake Marisnick from the Cubs for Anderson Espinoza. Again, no one really cares. The Braves get Eddie Rosario and cash from the Indians for Pablo Sandoval. That was a decent. That's an interesting move for both sides. Both sides getting something in that one. The Braves, they need outfielders with Ronald Acuna being gone. And who knows if Pedersen will turn around. So you get Eddie Rosario, you give away Pablo Sandoval. Decent deal. The Blue Jays get Joakim Soria from the Diamondbacks for 2 players to be named at a later date. They get Brad Hand, and so the Blue Jays, looking for all kinds of pitching, end up getting a big-time veteran in Joakim Soria. Soria's been in the league for a while. He was actually a Tiger for a little bit. He has not done anything this year, but is an addition for the Blue Jays. They need the pitching, so anything that you can get is very much appreciated. The Red Sox go ahead and get Hansel Robles from the Twins for Alex Scherff. I mean, I don't really think this. Hansel Robles isn't that bad. Is a decent player. The Braves go ahead and get Adam Duvall from the Marlins for Alex Jackson. If Adam Duvall's a decent player, so something to look at there, I suppose. The Braves get Richard Rodriguez from the Pirates for 2 prospects. Richard Rodriguez had been very good for the Pirates, so this was a nice deal for the Braves, as they have Will Smith as their closer already. You get yourself a very good setup man in Richard Rodriguez, and hey, maybe slot him in as a closer at times when Will Smith has an off day, as a day needs off or something like that. Very nice move by the Braves. The Cardinals go ahead and get J.A. Happ and cash from the Twins for John Gant and Evan Sisk. J.A. Happ's a decent player. The Cardinals aren't really in any kind of position to be competing, so it is what it is. The Cardinals get John Lester from the Nationals for Lane Thompson. Again, they're not really competing, so Lester's 35 years old. Much past his prime, not a big deal. Braves get Jorge Soler from the Royals for Casey Kalich. Jorge Soler, decent player for the Royals, decent player to get. Yankees get Andrew Haney from the Angels for Jason Junk and Elvis Peguero. That is a horrible last name. Andrew Haney to the Yankees. Oh, that is an awful last name. I feel so sorry for him. The Athletics get Yan Gomez and Josh Richardson from the Nationals, and also cash from the Nationals. For some prospects, as I said, the Nationals were blowing it up, getting rid of everybody. A's need help anywhere. Josh Harrison, decent player. Yan Gomes, not Gomez. Yan Gomes, decent player as well. The Phillies get Kyle Gibson, Ian Kennedy, and Hans Kraus, and cash from the Rangers for Spencer Howard, Kevin Gowdy, and Haas Joss Gesner. Ian Kennedy is having a decent year this year. Former starter has been converted into a reliever. Kyle Gibson's been very good for the Rangers. Phillies are trying to compete in their division somehow, as that division really sucks. But go ahead and get themselves Kyle Gibson, Ian Kennedy. Both of the two big names there. The Phillies ended up receiving in that deal. Definitely something to look at. This just blew the entire MLB world apart. The LA Dodgers getting Max Scherzer and Treya Turner from the Nationals for a lot of prospects. Max Scherzer, obviously, all of us Tiger fans know, outstanding pitcher, unbelievable player. And now he heads to the LA Dodgers, and he'll probably replace Trevor Bauer, who is still on probation right now by the MLB as he's dealing with issues off the field right now. But Scherzer, unbelievable pitcher, definitely going to make a difference for the Dodgers. And then Treya Turner, another unbelievable player, has been on a tear for the Nationals. Now heads to the Dodgers, who don't really need more pitching, but they have it anyway. Those are his two scary additions for the Dodgers. I think that's a stupid move by the Nationals, and just makes the Dodgers a even bigger favorite to win the World Series. It just was unbelievable. That trade was unbelievable. As well as this one, with the White Sox getting Craig Kimbrell from the Cubs for Nick Madrigal and Cody Heuer. Now, as I said, the Cubs are blowing everything apart, but the White Sox decided to get Craig Kimbrell from their big-time rivals across town and give away a guy who was hurt for this entire year, and Cody Heuer. Now, this is a very dangerous bullpen now for the White Sox, who now contain both Craig Kimbrell and Liam Hendriks in their bullpen. Absolutely terrifying bullpen right there. So definitely something to look at. The Blue Jays getting Jose Berrios from the Twins for a couple of prospects. The Blue Jays needed all kinds of pitching, like I've been saying. Jose Berrios having a great year for the Twins. Very good starting pitcher. They definitely needed starting pitching. That is one heck of a way to get your starting pitching. Well done by the Twins. By the Blue Jays, who are looking to compete right now. So I am really excited to see the Blue Jays, after they got Jose Berrios there, unbelievably done. Here's another big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Keep it rolling. The Mets get Javier Baez and Trevor Williams from the Cubs for Pete Crow Armstrong. Javier Baez, unbelievable player once again. Had a bit of an interesting year. He either strikes out or tends to hit a home run, one or the other. But he is a big-time hitter. He is an outstanding player and is a former Gold Glove at shortstop and now joins Francisco Lindor, who they traded for from the Indians. And Trevor Williams, decent player as well. So, very, very good deal by the Mets. I like them getting Javier Baez there. And here is the last deal of the MLB Trade Deadline. Probably one of my favorites. And that was the Giants, who, after seeing the Padres go ahead and get Adam Frazier, the Dodgers said, okay, we'll make our own move. And then get Max Scherzer and Treya Turner. And the Giants said, well, we can't let those two one-up us. So the Giants go ahead and get Kris Bryant from the Cubs for 2 prospects. Now, Kris Bryant is having a great season this year. He is looking obviously he is a former MVP. Has had multiple All Star seasons, but former MVP and at the beginning of this year was looking to have another MVP type season. Then he had a horrible month, but in the Giants he's been really solid again, and he is a big addition for the San Francisco Giants, and he has been incredible for them. Of course, the Giants are a very, very veteran team, and Evan Fournier. Wow. Evan Fournier. Yeah, we're talking about the NBA here. No, Evan Longoria, their current third baseman, is hurt. He's out for the season, I'm pretty sure. So Longoria definitely will be missed for the Giants as he's having a very, very good season. As he was having a very good season, but definitely something to look at for the Giants. That NL West is going to be outstanding to watch between the Giants, the Dodgers, and the Padres, all getting massive additions, all of them trying to one up each other. It's going to be crazy watching those three. Now I know the Padres are very far behind in the race, and the Dodgers are very far ahead of the Padres and pretty far behind the Giants, but it is still going to be very fun this season. I'm very excited to watch the MLB playoffs. Lots of trades that happened this year. Definitely was absolutely insane, and that is it for the MLB trade deadline. So that'll be it for me. Tomorrow we'll be me and Swerbensky, assuming everything goes according to plan. Um, According to plan, I will be with Swerbensky tomorrow night. I'm sorry, and we'll be doing the NBA. The long-awaited return of Swerbensky will seemingly finally come, but that'll be it for us. We have nothing more, so we will see you next time. That is all. Adios, everybody.